Okay, good evening. I'd like to call to order the special meeting of the Board of Selectmen for Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. It is now 7 p.m. I'd like to give me the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any correspondence?
No.
Okay. We are we're going to postpone indefinitely continuation of fiscal year 24 budget deliberations because that's been done. That's a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Consider postponed. Next up on the agenda, consideration of price adjustment for trucks for DPW. Bobby, you want to go ahead and let us know?
All right, thanks. We originally priced the trucks out, the two low boys out. We priced them, and that was in end of August in 2022, with the Dewey's hydraulic system on the truck. In the components, they're all components. The pump, the tank, the valve, and everything was all components. When we went to order the Dewey system, end of last year, end of November, became aware that Dewey's stopped producing the hydraulic control sections that we needed. They went to they stopped making that, and they went to the smaller system. So the Dewey system, which we had on the other two logos that we're replacing, the hydraulic pump runs off a belt on the engine. We saw a bracket on the engine, it runs off a serpentine belt. The engine provides the power for the hydraulic pump. That goes to a tank on the side of the truck, and on top of that tank is hydraulic control valves, and we call them sections. So each one of those sections controls, like for example, the first section will control up and down on the snowplow cylinder, and second section left and right, the third section up and down on the body, fourth section side and up on the body, this section for its heart. Dewey's only makes a 3-section hydraulic tank and valve control at this point. They don't sell the larger system. So that we had to find somebody else, which was Force America, to buy a separate system for. Now the Force America system, their hydraulic pump works off the transmission on the truck. So we had to there's an extra component in there, which is a power takeoff, which gets bolted onto the side of the transmission, and the hydraulic pump goes onto that. And then we have the tank on the side of the truck and the 5 control boxes plus a fluid flow limiter for the sander. And sanders is hydraulic motors that control that, and that's not hydraulic cylinders. So that changed that. So the Force America system also has a console that we had them out in the cab. The original Dewey system, we're just going to use manual controls, forward and back controlled on cables that would go in to the sections in the tank. The Force America system and everything besides the Dewey's is just like this. They're all electronic control. So now we only have electronics inside the cab. All the hydraulic components, all the sections also have solenoids on to drive that control for those hydraulics. So there's a bunch more components on this. The sander control that comes with it, that runs the sander for us, the auger and the spinner. The other truck, we would have just had a very simple fluid flow eliminator, just 2 knobs. You can adjust the auger speed and the feed rate and the spinner pattern on it. The one that comes in this system here also does that stuff electronically, but it also has ground speed control on it, liquid control on it. All these components come as a package in these systems, and that adds, and all these things add a lot of cost to that system, and that's where we are tonight. It's the increase in that because of not having the Dewey system.
Yeah. So because of the Dewey system, all the other stuff had to change.
Yes.
Except, and then the other thing is so the Chelsea hot shift power takeoff and the new pump was because of the other system.
Yeah, the Chelsea
system.
Yeah, the Chelsea PTO is what's bolted onto the transmission.
Right.
So
The transmission already had a PTO on it.
yeah, oh yes, yeah.
You don't want to get in the back of the truck and throw the sand up right here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, it personally, I mean, it bothers me with that kind of a cost in a truck.
Yeah.
Because the Dewey system has been reliable. I mean, those trucks are about around 20 years old and they've been reliable, right?
We've talked about that because they're almost more reliable than all the digital crap.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why we wanted to stay with more manual stuff and get away
Sure.
from electronics,
Yeah.
you know?
So
yeah.
what kind of, I mean, it's not totally germane here, but it is. Where does that put us now with the current trucks? We all have the Dewey system on them and they don't manufacture it
The
anymore.
only two trucks I have with the Deweys are the two we're replacing.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, anything past that, those trucks, they don't have the all-season body on. They have
Okay.
just a regular dump body with a Fisher snowplow or a Boss snowplow.
Okay.
And these two trucks work out in Stony Hill. And because we're so far from the garage out there, when they're supporting those four routes out there,
Yeah.
that's why we use the Sander trucks.
So do you need a motion?
Yeah, we will.
for
I
the
guess I just
total
wanna
amount,
double-
or just because we've already approved the 82,000. We already.
Yeah.
We did. We approved
Yeah, that's really
82,000.
good.
450 for each.
Yeah.
And I guess one last question. So, I mean, this was under contract, but there's not anything that could be done, right? Is there
No,
anywhere we can
I
go
mean,
for a better deal?
No, I mean, I could pull the truck out of the guy's shop, right, send it to another shop and have the same system.
You'd be in the same situation. Okay.
Be the same exact
Yeah,
situation.
it's just a company don't make that particular valves system anymore.
Yeah,
They
our truck
downsized
builder
or
just
whatever it
purchases
was.
purchase that from me.
Yeah, it just thinks that the whole thing is
Mhm.
so much more.
Right.
I want to make sure I understand this. So the Force America. So the way you did this was you had the 15,450 and you subtracted what we already had, the 32.
Yeah, the Dewey
40.
system, you know, that the cost of Dewey system is subtracted off.
Because it doesn't, I just want to make sure it doesn't seem that up. That's why I'm just double checking here. 40, so it should be 10, something. Okay, so let me just double check here. So.
Yeah, so the Force America was, that whole system, all those components was 12,176.
Okay, so you, because you have,
Easier to look at the other sheet there.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it, but I'm just, you have the difference, right?
You know,
But it doesn't add up with what the original cost of the system was. I was just double checking. So at 15,450, right? And you subtract what the other one was, 3240. The difference was 12,210. So I just want to make sure we've got the right math going on here.
15,450.
15,450 minus $3,240 gives us
30.
12,210.
3274.
Yeah, I have 3274.
Oh, you wait times two then. I'm looking at per,
Yeah, you're
per
looking,
truck,
right, so,
per truck
yeah,
times two.
right, so
Okay, let me.
he's got it on one page at 3240, the other one, and the original cost has got, it was 3274 on the second page. You know, I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, so that's the issue. Because I'm looking at this one
Well, there's
and the
two
one on
on
the front of the page is wrong. Okay,
Yes,
because I didn't have it all the way back.
there's two things on the
Yeah,
front that are wrong.
Okay, but I was using the other number. That's why it wasn't.
Yeah,
adding up.
no,
Okay.
there's two things on the front that were, plus the date.
All right. Double check them. Yeah, so okay, so the numbers on the back are correct.
Yes. correct.
Okay. All right, so let me make sure I say this the right one. 591 plus. Um, so, okay, so it's 15,591 per truck for
Exactly.
total. Okay. All right. So yeah, if you want to make a motion, I'll make the motion, doesn't it? Okay, so I move that we recommend to the Board of Finance that they take an additional $15,591 per truck. That's for both trucks, which will bring the new total to $98,451 per truck. Go to second.
Second.
And I shall amend that to is taken from capital non-recurring.
Okay, and just if you want a reason, parts aren't being made anymore or a reason for.
I don't leave it within the motion
Okay.
because it's, we've just kind of discussed, but. And I'll be taking the capital. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion, or the ayes have it, I should say. The ayes have it. And, I want to pay a motion, or actually, I'll take that back. As far as the consideration, next item was consideration of purchase of fire apparatus. That we will, postpone to our next special meeting.
Okay.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
The motion.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed, none.
Yeah, instructor getting tougher.
Yeah.
It's,
How